Alright, welcome back. When I found the body, my glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest,
the bloody knife in him.
Give me a second. Let me finish the testimony.
The bloody knife in him didn't make you get, I don't know, nervous.
To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
What if the vase hit the case so hard that it just popped open?
And there was a suicide note.
No. Then you had to pull a little tab, and then the suicide note came out.
Well, no, it was a fake suicide note, and then you had to pull the real tab.
This isn't SpongeBob.
No, oh, okay.
This is reality.
The secret compartment.
So you poured the glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so, silly? But you should have said so in your testimony earlier.
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial.
Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth. What the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
We found the body. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself.
But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then who did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you just wait a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen.
Let's hope it is. Somebody's gonna be like, in other words, Wright, shut your mouth.
Shut the fuck up, Wright. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Don't help me and be mean to me.
I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state.
The only Dom I like
is Dom Toretto.
Damn, you got me.
Yeah.
So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Kurita?
What the fuck?
I just said don't ask her that.
I understand your frustrations of not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence.
Shoo, go on.
No. And then what did you see next, witness? And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner.
Like he just got done touching himself. As many guys do. And just slumped over afterwards, pants around the ankles.
Yes, he was slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there. That's the wrong voice. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed.
Edgeworth takes a stand. Yes, he was just sitting there.
He really looked like he was sleeping.
Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd?
When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind.
Then what did cross your mind? Huh?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought.
Is he a fucking child?
Do you not know actors?
I remember when I was a kid, I got angry and I had my little rampage in my room, and I was like, man, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna take a nap.
I'm taking nappies, yes.
Then as I got older, it turned from the rampage in the room to I'm tired, I'm gonna take a nap, and then you wake up and that's like the worst nap you've ever had.
I'm gonna take another one.
You wake up, it's like the sun's going down, you're like, God, I feel awful! Where am I? Your brain's kind of like foggy for a second.
I know, I watch.
I slept on the second story.
I know, I watch.
And I always looked outside.
I know, I watch.
Were you in the room, out of the room? Where?
I'm not telling.
I don't live in that house anymore. I need to know.
I'm not telling.
You still in that house?
I'm not telling. Right now? I'm not telling.
People who live there need to know.
I'm not telling.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice.
It's not the house I'm currently in. You know it's not 2 stories. Wait for all the
Doxing yourself on camera?
wait for all the people on here to be like, he lives in a 2-story house. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That must have been a nice house for me and you to sit here and be like,
It was pretty nice. It was pretty nice, yes.
Don't lie to them.
It was pretty nice.
Don't fucking lie to them.
Okay, you didn't have a front garden with a fountain, alright, and a couple of hedgerows, but you're getting that done in a minute, okay? You're getting that done in like a month, but...
Might have looked a little haunted.
Yeah. And sure, the swimming pool doesn't have a jacuzzi, but...
People are gonna think I'm filthy rich. You thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state, I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice. Yes, he always has a hard time waking up, so Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. And after that, what happened next?
When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
That's when I knocked him up. And how did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to make his pulse. Take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backwards, but the reverse. And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes.
But wouldn't the juice have fallen too? You hit the table hard enough to knock the...
You already got the contradiction!
I found 2 contradictions! The gross tomato juice.
The tomato juice could be more sturdier.
It's in a wine glass.
Yeah.
Wine glasses are not sturdy.
And you don't know how shitty that a vase is.
You could just whisper towards a wine glass and it would shatter. This is what it all comes down to, huh? This is the absolute end for both sides. And Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix now is their best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh, Miss Andrews? Tell us the truth this time. It's the wine glass.
The hotel guide map!
Why? It's just because there's a funny response?
No, I didn't present that.
So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though... Oh, you showed the photo of his death.
Yeah.
I thought you clicked the map. I was
No.
like, what the fuck? What's the map got to do with this? Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. You know, guy with a knife in his chest.
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw the scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man.
That's... Well, you see...
Is it time for her Super Saiyan mode where she just screams? Come on.
Come on.
The only one who didn't have it was Acro. And that's because he felt awful about what had happened. I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is...
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Apachow! I think that's 5. I think I got 1 bullet left. Can it work? Is it perfect that her glasses break 6 times? And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. I thought
No!
There's the Super Saiyan moment. But less Super Saiyan even. I thought the camera was gonna start zooming in and shaking on her.
It's not Danganronpa.
But it would have been good if it was like, you're the real killer.
What?
and like starts to zoom and shake on her.
Like the cameraman.
Like her head's like finally about to break.
Yeah.
The ruse is up. But said we didn't get that. It would have been good if like glass shattered to show you the truth. But that's too cinematic.
That's dang number.
Yeah, but we need it in a good game. What?
Looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt on Guard, is not guilty after all.
That's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
But you were the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
Suicide note.
I refuse to testify.
The suicide note. She found it in the guitar case.
No, she didn't.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt on Guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, it's the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt on Guard. Fuck!
Your Honor, the prosecution feels it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
Just let me pass the verdict!
No.
I've tried to 5 times! What?
The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth.
Oh my god, he's after the truth!
The absolute real truth? What are you?
Witness, don't you understand yet?
Don't you?
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt on Guard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What?
Edgeworth, it was Von Karma. Sorry.
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
Is the person with the card trying? Ignore me.
Okay.
It's Franziska Von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. That right now, Miss Andrews is. Yesterday, she was tossed as lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on Guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. So once again, Franziska was a dirty rat and told them don't tell anything. So I can beat him.
Yeah.
I want to win against Phoenix. He keeps winning. He's not that good. Bitch.
Oh.
I'm glad she got shot.
Oh God.
Not died. I'm happy she got shot.
Oh, okay. She got her vaccines.
No, with a bullet. From my gun.
My vaccine.
Gun was actually Gumshoe.
Oh. Stop spoiling stuff, dude.
8:30. Game 3. First case.
Gumshoe killed Franziska.
Then What should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is to get our not guilty. That is my only priority. Our roles reversed.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please
Imagine that.
believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please, someone. Help me.
I never would have thought that there would be a case where Wright and Edgeworth's roles reversed.
I hurt my neck. I pulled my neck doing that line.
Because now Edgeworth is after the truth,
Yeah.
and Wright is just after the verdict.
Mm.
He doesn't care about the truth. He wants the verdict. Interesting. That's well put together. I hate this mission. This case is the worst one.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
the court can't continue on like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
I'm gonna give her a wet willy. Tell me the truth. What I intend to do. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind?
Is that obvious? There's no one else in it. It could be except the woman crying over there, right? She just does what she's
Come
told.
now! What will you do? What kind of a man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Not guilty, Your Honor. Oh, shit.
No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be.
Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today. Your Honor, the defense believes there is enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion that the court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible.
I'm disappointed in you, Wright. What have you learned in this past year?
Oh, was that the right answer?
You get to choose on that one.
Oh, that one's an actual you get to choose.
Yes. If you forced her to testify, Edgeworth would have been a little bit more happy with you.
I'm trying to save Maya!
Well, Maya or your boyfriend, alright? You get to pick.
Maya!
Oh.
She can bring back my hot mentor anytime.
True.
That's enough. I command you. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're on.
Tell us, child.
What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
Why is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop.
Edward's gonna say it, isn't he? With sick music playing.
Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What?
Cancer.
And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop. Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's
That's the second part of the suicide. Attempted suicide.
what will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
Secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please, please stop! I beg you! If people find out, I'll
hurt you.
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern of mine.
To me.
It's the
You
same line.
fool!
It's the same line. If you said that, if you were saying, how can you be so cold? Versus, how couldn't you be so cold? Then I would correct you because that is the opposite meaning. I got the line out. It's the same meaning.
No, you screwed up.
Yeah.
Don't try to save yourself.
Anyway,
Edgeworth, how can you be so cold?
however, before you die,
What, so you would have accepted that line if I said, Edgeworth, how could you be so chill?
no, because chill. Let me read my lines because these are very fucking good lines. I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. So, will you tell the court yourself or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk. Please, help me. Nothing matters anymore. My crime. And chill and cold is two different things.
No, chill has two meanings.
Chill, yeah, how can you be so cold? That's one meaning. Chill is like, yeah, you're chill, dude.
Yeah, but you don't
And,
know the
oh,
context
chill-
that they want to come out.
From the 3 lines beforehand, yes, you
All
do.
right, how can you be so chilly?
How can you be so
Stands
chilly?
for cold,
No, it
nothing
doesn't.
else.
No, it doesn't. It does not.
Chili does, yes. You can't say it's the food, that's spelled differently.
Nobody says, how can you be so chilly? Nobody says that.
You know what, I'm gonna start saying
That's
it.
never been said in the history of the planet. And if you get to do that, if you make that a whole fucking like trend to be for people to call each other fucking, well, yo, you chilly dude, then I will kiss you on the lips.
You heard it here first, folks.
Then spread the fucking word. All right, I want to see it happen. I want to see the impossible happen. Anyway, let me perform. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room, and then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife. Ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience, and that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
So her testimony is, after his death, she ran in there, stabbed him, and then took the button.
Yes.
No, so she did witness this. She didn't witness the killer. She might have witnessed the killer.
No, I think that she would probably proudly say out loud she saw the killer.
So stabbed a body with a knife, but why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man!
What? What? Yeah. What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man, I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
I think somebody did find the suicide note. I think somebody's been lying this whole time of trying to find it. And they did. And in the suicide note, it blamed Matt. And you know what? I know. She has the suicide note on her, and I know where she keeps it. It's in the guitar case.
It's not the guitar. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, that face you made was perfect.
It was.
That was really good. That was
I had to go back. I was thinking the script.
Last time.
So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Von Creator, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with the She didn't do it with murder in mind.
She didn't do it.
She did it with the intent of framing Matt Engarde for the murder. And this is her crime.
Now, if I had chosen to find the truth, would I had to have pointed out all of those?
Well, no, Phoenix would, like you say, make her testify. That's what you meant. Phoenix would say, I would make her testify. And then the judge would be like, nope, I got it. We're good. We're good.
And then
Edgeworth would pop.
Edgeworth would jump in with that entire monologue.
Yeah.
What How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination, you fool.
My crime.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest.
But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. That scarf is a part of the Gemini Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well.
I couldn't see that.
That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, well, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin the crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of the evidence were the knife and the button. The first things that came to my mind were to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room.
Ah, an assassin killed him. Interesting. And because of that assassin, he wants to get it blamed on Matt. Because of Matt being, I'm going to assume, involved in suicide that affected her so much.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to say that Juan read the suicide knew Matt was involved.
I was going to read that out loud to the conference.
And was going to do that at the conference.
Okay.
That was going to be the whole thing that would have ended Matt's career.
Yeah, okay.
I really hope if we get the suicide note, it's not very dark like I don't want it to be. I can't have another odd situation. I hate him. I hate him so much.
I will be reading the lines anyway, so...
That doesn't make it any better. That was so you could get to the knife, correct? Get the knife.
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button.
Somehow I didn't pull his entire body off the chair.
Oh, like his organs.
Thank God I didn't treat him like Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now.
Ooh.
What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Ongar's Hakama? Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. I pissed myself.
An inconvenience?
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes it was live.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. Both.
Both.
That was the Swedish chef. That was my Swedish chef impression.
Sounded like you. It's just what it sounds like when you suck dick.
How would you know?
You might have been asleep, but that's the noise you made.
Okay.
Somehow you didn't wake up. It's a miracle.
Heavy sleeping, man.
My uncle used to treat me like it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
My uncle?
Yeah, you don't have a drunkle?
No. Did I?
That's Miss Old Bag for you.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
I opened the guitar case. where the suicide
No.
was. You were the one who prepared the costume. That costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold the press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
I think she had a real relationship with the dead guy. Not a lover relationship.
Oh, okay.
Like a bonding through trauma.
Yeah, okay.
That type of relationship.
Okay.
And what is the secret?
That... I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ungard's room and planted
The button.
the bomb.
Into Matt's Akama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. What does all this mean?
I mean, this is charges of tampering with evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ongard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. That is what I said.
Yeah, you know why she told you it was him? Because all she wants to do is have a perfect record.
You don't think that Adrian herself believes vehemently that it was Matt Ongard?
I won't know until I get the suicide note.
Oh, okay.
I could speculate. I don't gotta speculate about Franziska. She's just a bitch.
I can't look in the guitar case. I don't have the DS capabilities.
That's where the suicide note is.
She
Franziska, huh?
said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
Suicide note's under cleavage.
Ooh. Franziska's? That's who it is!
No, it just turns out somebody brought a guitar case to Franziska. It was in that. So I was right. It was in the guitar case.
No!
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor! The defense still...
Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Destroying evidence. Defiling a dead body.
This is the murder case. This is a murder case.
Nah, but we can indict her on those. Doesn't have to be for the murder.
No.
We can have her indict on those.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright!
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
It's the Caps!
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
And game over. Thanks a lot, you douchebags. Where'd the judge go? He's gone very fast. You just tell. Are we gonna see Phoenix have like a breakdown? Today's trial is it's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked me about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room?
That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body.
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket.
Well, it sounds like the killer is the killer.
It's not if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
I'm thinking the killer's the killer. Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card, if you ask me. As far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry!
Edgeworth?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! I didn't mean to.
What is this all about? Never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. You put a lighter under it and it changes. That card, what in the world is it? What does it mean?
Well, we'll find out in...
Next
This is like a watch this episode of Ace Attorney Justice for All. Make sure to like, subscribe, and about me, don't have to be able, which is...
every day.
Bye-bye.